Okay, I think now I have audio. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Good morning, brother. I'm doing all right, except for I'm having some tech issues and I don't have my squawk audio. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to look. We just had a ton of data drop, but I'm waiting to see the print on it because I can't hear it. So
Oh, interesting.
anyway,
See a spy here reacting with some volume at the moment. We'll see how that shapes out.
sure.
Capping up again today. So what a great end to the week this has been. So
Yeah, the first couple of days were a little rough, but
yeah.
it's improved since Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of an indecision there, expecting some data to come out, which has come out, and we can see how that has been reacting here. So hopefully you guys are taking advantage of that. But with that said, yesterday was not an easy day, though. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we had here, starting with Plug. This is the one I took a shot at, and again, it was a user error on this, definitely chased it here. But you can see here how a lot of the move was done pre-market, and we knew this going in already. I mean, this thing was up huge quite a bit. CHPT was up quite nicely as well. It did give you a great move after an hour and a half in. It gave you a nice little breakout here. But this area here, if you're trying to get something going here, that could have been very tough. You had to be very quick and scalp in and out with some really good entries. It did get much, much better just an hour and a half later. Then after that, a little bit of sell off and then a nice little run here as well. CHPT, similar action as well. Didn't look as clean. Plug was definitely cleaner, and that could be just because the overall volume they were getting way more volume. Again, just that first hour and a half seemed to just have no direction and a little bit all over the place. TDAG was a nice sell off, but again, it's if you look at this price action, it is tough to trade. It is tough to trade this stock. We know this, and yesterday was no different either. So you just have to be careful on it. Here's Meta, guys. Beautiful, beautiful drop. I mean, this is probably one of the cleanest stocks we had as far as opening yesterday. Meta was very, very clean. By the time I saw this, it was too late for an open range breakdown, and it was just too extended here. So definitely missed the move there. But hopefully, some of you guys were able to take advantage of that one. Here's Nvidia. Again, a little bit on the messier side, does get better later on. You can see here how nice it rallies. And Apple, which again, this morning we'll be talking about that, just insane. Yesterday's action was also very clean, selling off as well. And you can see that there, nice sell off, beautiful breakdown, and a nice continuation as well. It tests the VWAP and some of the moving averages. And then you finally get this beautiful rally, almost to the high of the day there as well. So again, just incredible. And speaking of the elephant in the room this morning, we have, of course, Amazon and Apple doing just incredible after their earnings yesterday. Here's our gappers list. A couple of stuff in here that might not look all that well, but we do have Amazon, of course, A-Firm. We'll see what's happening there. XOM and Apple on the gap up list. And then gapping down, we have Roku. Roku got crushed yesterday on earnings. We'll look into that. INTC, Baba, and some other known names here as well, not doing so hot this morning. So a lot going on there. Norm, any numbers for us?
We had a ton of data drop, fresh inflation data come out from what I can see. And as I mentioned, I don't have the full scope of everything, but from what I can see, it came in a little bit hotter than expected. Personal spending was higher than expected as well. So we'll see. Right now, the market's not liking it, but we'll see how this goes. As you mentioned, despite some of these challenges, we had some big names come in yesterday, Amazon, Apple, that were pretty good. So let's see how it plays out.
Yep, absolutely. Let me just go ahead and I'm missing one of my chat rooms here. Let me go ahead and bring that up so you can see what's going on over in our YouTube chat, YouTube friends. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And let me just bring this over here so we have you guys. All right, excellent, guys. Let's get going. And by the way, talking about earnings, we'll look into some of these now. How about Ed last night? Just completely crushing it. He has to be probably the best earnings trader that we know.
He's good.
He is really, really good. So he posted his trades yesterday. He just really crushed it there. Did amazing. Let's take a look at some of the stuff on deck here, starting with Getty. So GETY, it is up 167%. And it looks messy, messy, messy. 1.2 million shares traded. What's the news on this, Norm? Anything worth?
Well, this is a new IPO. It's just a few days old. So it's Getty Images. You know what that is with the
Oh,
stock
okay, yeah,
images
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Um, just a few days old. So I don't know what the news is. I couldn't find anything on it. Maybe somebody else has. I'm running a little bit behind this morning too, but
yeah, yeah,
I don't see anything fresh as of this morning. Um, maybe I'm
yeah.
missing something big, but maybe somebody else has it. Anyway,
Yeah, it could just be hype, right? Recent IPO. And then once you say image, I couldn't think of the company. Once you say images, I know exactly what you're talking about. So let's see. Might be worth taking a look at. Let's see where this goes. But again, looks very risky. I'm sure we don't have flow information just yet on this. Well, I'm looking
supposedly
at the
80
wrong.
million, but that can always be off when
Yeah,
something
yeah,
says fresh.
yeah. It's too new to come to be 100% sure of that. Phil on Twitter. Yeah, you can see his trades on Twitter. I don't know if he did a recap on YouTube. I am not sure. But yeah, you can see his trades on Twitter. All right, so let's come over here. Let's take a look at Tablespoon, TBLT. And what are we doing here? This morning, we're up 23%. Again, just can't say enough how risky this stock is. Looking to head back up to $8 and $9 here. I mean, this thing is just insane. So, more on the riskier side of things, of course. I won't touch it, but I like watching it. It's good entertainment. 4.6 million shares traded, up 23%. We'll see where it goes here. Remember what happened last time on this thing when it was trying to get above $7 to $8 and it dropped $2. So be very, very careful with the number of shares if you are going to be trading this, and also know yourself very well. If you're brand new and not experienced, not one you want to be touching at the moment. SRPT up 13%, 216,000. Looks horrible. We've seen this many times. It just doesn't trade well. Very light on volume. Let's move on to some better stuff. Here is Amazon, which of course we're adding on deck. So a little bit on the news on Amazon, Norm. Obviously they had good guidance, and I think they also somewhat beat earnings, right? I mean the
Yeah,
numbers. Yeah.
they were pretty decent.
So
And
any
people were terrified that they were going to be as bad as Walmart. But
right,
the
right.
bottom line is that Walmart screwed up and isn't it. Walmart used to have great management and what they could, how they managed inventory and everything
Yes.
else, and apparently they've lost sight of that. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a consumer deal. It wasn't a market deal. It was the company.
I read a business article where they said they were the supply chain issue that we had, they went overboard. So
Yeah.
since they had a supply chain issue, they couldn't get things. So they said, you know what, they want to take care of the consumer, which is the right thing, but they went overboard on overstocking way too much, and now that is coming to bite them in the behind there.
And in the wrong areas.
Exactly. So it's tough,
Yeah.
tough business right now for them. Amazon looking very good, guys. Up 10%, 5 million definitely in play today. We'll be having some fun with this one, hopefully. PGY today it is up 11%. I'm not a fan of this one. Again, started moving a couple of days ago, and I just don't like the way the price action is on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip on it for now. I hope to find something much better than this. BHC today, this nice drop yesterday here. I think we might have seen this before.
Oh yeah, this is Bausch Health.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
They they actually went on a news halt yesterday for a little bit, mid morning, and they announced that there's some litigation over um, one of their medications, I believe, something like that. That it somebody's suing them over a patent issue,
Mm,
from what I can recall. This isn't a great intraday
yeah,
trader. I usually don't spend a lot of time on it. That's why I don't
yeah.
have
Yeah,
more. But
it trades horrible. We've seen it here in our gap up, list, and down a couple of times. It just doesn't trade very well. We're gonna move on down to CVX, which is Chevron, which is another one that again is a tough trade. I think today we got some names here that are gonna be better than this. I guarantee you that. A firm right now not doing a whole lot, pretty much flat, just barely getting on the gappers list this morning. And then here is Apple up 2.3 again, 2.5, and they just crushed things yesterday. We're going to add these guys to the list. Anything to add as far as their earnings and numbers on Apple, Norm?
no, they were decent.
Excellent.
So you got it.
Uh, Yeah, Metal Men, we are going to definitely talk about Roku and INTC. They're on top of our gap down list, so we'll get to them in just a sec here. XOM, I mean, they're up 2.1. You got to know how to trade this stock. It's not your typical stock that moves very well with volume, so just be mindful of that. I won't have them on my list here. All right, let's head on over to what's gapping down today. So
Yeah,
leading the way,
ExxonMobil's
guys.
got
Yeah,
got a 4.3 million share float, or billion, excuse me, B.
yeah, yeah.
So that can make it just
It's brutal. The price action is just brutal,
can be.
brutal.
Yeah.
So there's like 1 or 2 days in the year where they surprise us with some really good
Yeah.
trading, but outside of that, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So here's Roku. I mean, someone screwed up big time here. Down 22%, 1.7 million. What is going on, Norm? What is the deal with this?
Uh, they had earnings. Its advertising spend is dropping. That's something that
Oh,
Google
yeah,
cited
yeah.
an issue with, Facebook cited an issue with, and they had earnings last night that were pretty nasty. They're getting a number of downgrades this morning too. So
Yeah, yeah, because they're on a lot of ads. I recall that. So, yeah, Roku guys down big right now, 23%. Beautiful pre-market activity, definitely in play this morning. It just went right through every single level of support that they had. They're sitting at 85. It just blew right by that. So, it's gonna be fun. Dxcm this morning, another one that we've seen plenty of times here. Trace horrible. Dexcom. We'll look at INTC next. This is down 11% as well. So again, did not do so good yesterday.
earnings
Did,
last night, and they number of downgrades as well on INTC.
yeah, and they are a hit or miss. I mean, we've seen them trade well and we've seen them trade pretty crappy. Today, I think, given what they're doing in the pre-market already, I think we're gonna have a fun day with them. Almost 3 million down 11%. INTC in play already, guys.
INTC just doesn't trade that well.
It's
You can occasionally have a day when it does, but
yeah,
overall, it's nothing
it's
like.
choppy. It's very, very choppy, man. And like I did like today, the numbers look great. The pre-market action looks great, but everything might be done already by the time the market open. This move. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I know exactly what you mean. Hopefully today is one of those odd days where it does something, but it won't shock me if it's not trading exceptionally well. I won't touch it. You know,
So, yeah. So, Abid in the room is saying INTC may impact Nvidia. Um,
really?
Sometimes you can make that parallel because they're in the same industry. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is. I'm not saying it's not going to. It's a possibility. I happen to think, considering looking at Nvidia and AMD this morning, that this isn't an industry problem. This is an INTC problem.
Yeah, it
This is
looks
a
like it.
market share problem. This is much like we were just discussing with Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah, yeah,
It's an
absolutely. I mean,
execution problem within INTC and them losing market share, amongst other things.
yeah, yeah. Because if you look at the other big players in that field, AMD, Nvidia, they're not budging, man. They're pretty much solid right now. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. There could be some effect to it, but I'm with you. I don't think there will be much there. Heading down, we have TTD, which is trade desk, and they can trade very brutal. They're very light on volume, so their intraday action could be funky at times. They just don't get that nice order flow, and their spread could be pretty crappy. So I'm gonna skip on these guys for now. Billy's down 5.5. Billy
And
hasn't.
I'll just
Yeah.
add TTDs. That's sympathy with Roku.
Oh, wait, so the trade desk is a streaming service as well? I
No,
thought that.
the Trade Desk is a cloud platform that media buyers use to
Mhm.
place ad buys,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
specific
So yeah.
most digital ad buys specifically, and so less ad spending directly impacts them. So
Yep. So Gene asking a question. I am new to this. Why doesn't XOM trade well? Too choppy. That's exactly it. It doesn't get great volume and it's very, very choppy. And usually a lot of these oil companies, they trade very similar. You look at XOM, you look at Chevron. BP, they just don't trade very clean. Their volume is extremely light. So if you're new to it, just put it on your list and look at it today. Look at Chevron and compare it to like the other stuff we're going to be watching, like a Roku, like Amazon. I mean, it's not a fair comparison because these guys are heavily in play today. But even take a look like at a AMD, maybe even a Baba, which is Chinese company, is going to trade better than some of these. Speaking of Baba, they're on our list today. They're gapping down nicely here, nicely at 5.3, 766,000 shares traded. I love the drop here, but who knows? It could be done for today already. I'm going to add it to our secondary list. They're looking very good this morning. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I prefer them, as you guys know, gapping up and then selling down. They're already gapping down, so I don't know how much downside movement we're going to have here. It's funny, we put a Twitter post up about, if you had to choose one stock to trade for the rest of the year, Apple obviously, one. Apple, AMD, Nvidia, Tesla. But some of you guys picked Baba, which was a little surprising that that's the one you would look at if you only could trade one stock. So, but tells you Baba is getting some popularity here. Billy this morning, no good for now. PDD as well, not anything great. It's going to be tough to beat the stuff we have: Amazon, Apple, Roku, and INTC. And again, INTC is not that great. Heading on down. Sony's no good. Sony's another one, a gene that trades very horrible. I mean, they're just yes.
I'd rather
No,
I'd rather never place another trade again than trade that.
It is. I mean, this is bad. This is really the definition of bad, and you can tell by the volume here. They barely get to 1 million. I mean, they got here once in June. Horrible company as far as a ticker. Coin is getting a little action here, down 4%. Was up about probably 1.5, maybe 2. And this morning we're seeing a downturn. This could be interesting on Coin. I like the volume too, 307,000. Where's Mara? Here's Mara. Mara has seen an increase in volume over the last couple of weeks. Today, also a downturn. Okay, so I'm going to add Mara and Coin, and I'll make a decision on which one I'm going to watch a little bit later. XBEV, Neo, Plug, they're all down this morning. Let's start with XBEV. No volume on XBEV. Neo, also, Neo has definitely changed. You could tell here they have decreased their volume drastically in the last couple of weeks. It just don't trade very well, and they're not moving nicely at all. I know they started trading amazing a long time ago, but they were trading decent. Now they're just horrible now, it seems like. Plug had a big day yesterday. There could be some kind of continuation today, guys, on this. I would think. I think at least it's a possible. And I'm not saying they're gonna run up. I just think there might be some volume in it with some possible opportunities. I'm not saying they're gonna go up above 22. This is a really big move already. It's very extended. I don't think you're gonna get just a endless run here on Plug, but looking very good this morning.
I would just be very careful with those. And if you're trading them, monitor the news closely. All it takes is one senator to say, I'm not a big fan of this. And it's going to crap the bed.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I know when it was being spoken about in the room, Andrew was mentioning, oh, bill, this, that. It's nowhere even close to that. There's no language for the bill. They just have some kind of an agreement of kind of what it might look like. It might not be, you might have Democrat senators voting against it because it's not enough.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're absolutely right, man. And it can obviously react very aggressive based on any news going one way or the other there.
And there's a lot of people in West Virginia, remember Cole, that are not super happy about Manchin saying he was going to agree to this. So that
he
pressure on him at home quickly. Might change his mind.
Oh, yeah. We've seen it happen many times. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't done so already over on YouTube, let's hit that thumbs up. We'll try to get to 200 today. We're sitting at 55 likes. Thank you so much for that. Speaking of YouTube, what a great session we had yesterday with Jared Dillon. I mean, just an incredible conversation. If you missed it, it is a must watch. A lot of great information for us retail traders from the background that he's coming from. I won't spoil the fun, but a great conversation. Definitely one of the top interviews we have had. And a whole lot of fun, so don't miss that. Great guy too. let's get to some tickers on your end, Norm. What do you like so far?
I am unable to trade this morning. I have nothing for you. I've got to leave right after the show, so I'll
Okay.
pass it to
Okay.
you guys.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Let's start here with our chat. We're gonna go over. Norm, do you want to do the announcements now so you can get going if you have to do something?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get to
Mr.
announcements.
Oyo says you and I should run for presidency in 2024. And the only thing I can say to that is I don't want to even think about all the shady shit
Oh,
that would be
no,
pulled
no,
up
no,
and
no.
smeared my name of things I've done in my life.
Things you probably don't even remember you did.
No, I
Oh,
want
no,
no
no,
part
no.
of that.
No. And
Even
besides,
though I really
who
haven't,
wants
I
to
haven't
take a
really done that
job?
much bad, but it's just you see what people's lives go through. Oh, what people go
Yeah.
through. Who wants that anymore? It used to
Phil,
be prestigious. Now
Phil,
people hate you, and your life gets destroyed.
it is not worth it. Phil says Carlos OnlyFans account. Yeah, we don't need that. My
All right,
goodness. All right,
I love you
let's see
guys.
here. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Let's get to our chat. Or not our chat. Let's get to our website and go over to webinars, and we're gonna
Webinars.
see what's coming up for next week, guys.
Yeah, of course, you've got onboarding and technology. If you're watching on YouTube, you've never been in the room, you'd like to give it a shot. I give it only beards. Uh, jeez. I'm not even going to be able to make it through this today. Onboarding and technology every Monday night, 8 p.m. with Carlos. That is free. He does not charge you for that, like his Only Beard account. Strategy on Tuesdays. Next week, we have Eamon. Eamon's going to be talking about reading price action through candlestick patterns, and we will update for the following week. Note the special time, 5 p.m. Eastern, since he's in a way different time zone. Then on Wednesday, Psychology next week, you've got Dr. Kenneth Reed, and he's going to be talking about habits versus rules, easier path to mastery, and then Creator the following week. Thursday, you've got mentorship. As Carlos was saying, he had Ed at 4 o'clock doing some awesome after-hours trade right around his mentorship time. And on Thursdays, you have 11 a.m. with John, 4 p.m. with Ed, 8 p.m. with Thor. Don't forget about StockTradingSimulator.com, our free web-based replay simulator. Go to StockTradingSimulator.com where you can hone your trading skills 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right, PreMarket 24. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to do that intro membership, that you can go to onboarding on Monday. Use the promo code PreMarket24 to get a discount off the intro membership. It is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. It does not recur. It is a one-time payment after which you have to choose to continue on if you'd like to. And yes, I keep forgetting to take this down, but while it's not on the site, you can still use the promo code READ50 to get half off the Elite Annual and a one-on-one coaching session with Dr. Reed.
All right, thank you, Nora. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's get to to some levels. Let's see if we can get to this show today.
God, it's a wreck. I need to go so that you'll have a better focus.
All right, my man. We will talk to you later. All right, guys. Let's get to it here. So, Alex asking me in chat, can I share my OneNote template? I don't know if you could share the actual template. I did do a post on our forum on exactly the way I have the layout. I'll try to see this a way for me to like share my layout so you can copy it. I'll see if I could do that. All right, let's get to it, guys. So right now, I have Amazon, Apple, Roku, INTC, Coin, Mara, and two secondary here. I have Baba and Plug, and then as Norm gave us our heads up, we got to be careful with Plug. There are people changing their mind. It can affect this very aggressively. I might actually move Baba instead of INTC. I might actually move Baba up. We'll see. Again, it's gapping down. I would prefer, as I mentioned before, for it to be gapping up and selling down. It trades better that way, it seems like, right? And we see it on the daily. I mentioned this yesterday. If you missed it, every time it gaps up, this thing has a nice sell-off and a great continuation. Now, the other way around, not so much, right? You see the green candles, they're not as wide as they are with the sell-off. The sell-offs are very good on Baba for whatever reason. That's the way it works. Of course, you have a couple of days where you did very well, but for the most part, it loves to sell down very aggressively. At least for what we've seen in the last couple of months, at least the last 2 months or so. I don't believe I did a webinar on that on the OneNote. I think I just did I might have spoke about it in a webinar briefly, but not an entire webinar on OneNote. Maybe I should. It's okay, man. No worries. It is Friday. I think we have gone well off topic in just in talking about talking about journaling. All right, let's see what you guys have this morning. Dan, BYND, what's going on here? BYND, let's take a look this morning. Not much happening. They have some crazy stuff here, unless you were just messing with Norm there, but not much going on today. It's definitely a no for this morning. Amazon is in play, absolutely. I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed anything. While Clover the cat is sharing some pictures of Norm and I there. Very good. Let's see here. What else do we have? SNTI. I remember this ticker. I don't think it's a good one. Yeah, this is scary stuff. This is definitely not something I will have on my list. It's just messy, so messy. So careful on that one if you're going to be watching that ticker. AZN. ACN, no, I seen this before. AstraTech, I believe. Yeah, AstraZeneca, not AstraTech, AstraZeneca. And just look at the daily on this thing. It is brutal. So, and on top of that, you're getting very light volume. The spread is not great. You're getting 181,000 today. I'm not sure if there's any news on this, but just be very careful. Um, AMD and Nvidia. Let's see. Let's take a look. I looked at AMD earlier. Man, they have such a great daily here, guys. Look at this daily on AMD. That looks real nice. Worth adding on here. I got way too many, but I know I'm gonna remove either Coin or Mara. I'm not gonna keep these two, so I can afford to add AMD to the list here. 853,000. They are pretty much flat right now. This daily is just setting up for a beautiful breakout here if we can get it going today. How is the SPY doing? How are the numbers treating the SPY so far? So we got a little bit of a drop here, recovering now towards the VWAP there. Yeah, so we're still up here. Hopefully we can continue to push higher here, get in a nice little flow there. And then Nvidia, let's see if Nvidia looks better than AMD. I'm not going to put both on the list. I just don't want to be too on the tech side this morning, although it's already leading that way. Nvidia right now, not great. Volume is lighter than usual, so I'm not seeing a whole bunch of action at the moment. What is the first thing that tells you that it's an awesome daily? Oh, the volume and how clean the chart is. For example, if you look at, let's compare, and this is probably an extreme example, but even a plug, like if you look at plug and you compare it to like an AMD, I mean, look how clean, how it flows, right? It's like the best way to explain it is, do you spot ABCD patterns, right? You spot ABCD patterns, you spot bull flags, you spot a nice clean run. The candles are connecting with each other, and you're trading almost 112 million shares. A little bit less than that, probably 80 million shares, right? That right there, that is very nice. Yes, you go through your stretches where things don't look well, like here, it's just messy, right? It's gapping up and down every time. But if your daily looks like this all the time, then yeah, that's not great. All right, what else we have? So AZN, no. EDU. Oh, EDU is a no. Just I'm not even gonna look at it. I don't care what it's doing. This thing is a Chinese educational ticker. It is just scary to even look at here without touching it. I mean, it's just very careful with this thing. Very aggressive. What else we like, guys? Nvidia daily larger, better than it. I don't know. I don't know if Nvidia's daily is better than AMD. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. Where's Nvidia? Let's look at Nvidia. Yeah, they're pretty close. I like the volume on AMD more this morning than Nvidia, but they're pretty close as far as daily. Now, I think Nvidia. So I mentioned this before, right? AMD is going to be in play a lot more than Nvidia. We've seen that, right? It tends to do that. But when Nvidia is in play, it tends to trade much better than AMD. Right? That's just based on my experience. Watching these stocks so many days, right? It just seems that way. When Nvidia is in play, I think it can be cleaner. But AMD is going to be in play a lot more. That's just my take on it. AMD is about to enter a daily gap. Nvidia has gotten through the daily gap. Yeah, yep, I agree. I agree. So we'll see. This could be a nice gap fill there if we can get that going to the last time we gap down. And this is why, again, there's no resistance here towards the top. So I like down the daily as well. That looks very, very clean in that sense, right? Nvidia, not so much, right? You got some stuff happening here. Still very clean. It's not bad. You know, you don't have to, you could have them both. You can really have them both on your list and kind of see which one trades better. But they're both right there. With Amazon, shouldn't we see a spike in a daily volume after the split? We definitely saw a spike, obviously, because you know it's a lower price and you're seeing more volume being transacted now than before. But it is. I'm surprised how well it's trading. Aside from the volume, right? Because you're gonna get more volume just because it was a 20-to-1 split, right? So the volume is gonna split probably the same way. But it's just how clean it's trading. Like you're actually getting really good moves out of this, right? Clean daily, clean price action. So it's I did not expect that. And you look at another one that did that, right? Google, for example. GOGL. That's a 3. Yeah, here, this one here. Look how horrible this is. This is messy. Though you're getting volume 45, but look at the difference in these candles gapping up and down every other day. I mean, it's just compared to like an Amazon, that is not clean. Look how clean this is, right? See how the candles are connecting? That is what you want to see. You don't want to see a Google on there, right? So that's the difference. So this one trading very, very well for sure. Yeah, AMD, Marabath, AMD is your baby. Yes, yes. That's AMD is very good. Michael Berry Wing. What is that a ticker? WING? Oh, no. Oh, no. Michael Berry, we're not, no way. This is dangerous stuff here. Spread. Look at the spread. I mean, there's nothing happening today. You know, someone did a typo and messed up and bought 2,000 shares here in error. They're probably trying to buy something else. Yeah, no way. Tesla. Oh, look at Tesla, guys. Nice drop here on Tesla. We're doing pretty well this morning, gapping up, and now we're just coming back down towards some levels here. Tesla could be good. I like Tesla as well, man. So much to watch today. Let's put Tesla on deck here. We're gonna have to do some fine tuning of this list here. I see some people coming up with their lists already. Last to watch today, Thor says, I fully agree. Apple, INTC, Roku, and Amazon. That is my list. Amazon, Apple, yeah, that is the list today. The great thing about these 4 up here, guys, they have their own individual catalysts or mainly earnings, right? They have volume. They're gapping up and down, pretty aggressive. Apple starting to come back a little bit here, but for the most part, the volume on these things 6.1, 2.9, 1.9, 3.3. The worst one out of all of these is clearly INTC. INTC by far is probably the worst trader on this top 4 list that we have this morning. I mean, this could be the move. This could be the entire move for today. And they could just chop the rest of the market open into the close. We've seen it happen so many times. So I'm not a big fan of it. This could be a great top possible. We'll see where that fits. But that's the only thing with that with INTC. It can be so choppy. All right. What else? AMD over 92 is gonna be fireworks. Yeah. We would love to see that. We would love to see that get going here. Head over to that 94. So we'll do levels. We'll throw that level on there for that. But yeah, we would love to see that pop there to get going. Obviously, has struggled to get above that right here, and yesterday even with a big day, it couldn't get above that. What is this? 92.13 looks like. So we'll see. We'll love to see that get going there. All right, guys. Anything else that we might not look at? J Bones wants to look at Ford today. You want to look at Ford today? I don't want to look at Ford today. No. Big day yesterday, but it's just today. We're gonna have a lot of fun with the stuff we have here. Okay, perfect. I think we're set, guys. Let's go ahead and fine tune this list. Gustavo's giving us MU. No, MU is not the same no more. It used to be amazing, but no, nothing happening today. All right, let's fine tune this list. Let's see over here. Let's go ahead and start. I'm just gonna run through it first, and then I'm gonna start taking stuff off. So Amazon, Apple, Roku, and INTC are gonna stay on here. Between Coin and Mara, they're both dropping down here, down 3%. Mara has more volume. Coin looks decent today, but you know, based on past history in the last couple of weeks, Mara has been trading much, much better. So hopefully Mara can give us a better opportunity there. So I'm going to get rid of coin. We'll keep Mara. Between AMD and Nvidia, you can't go wrong with either one of these. I like AMD a little bit more today. They got a great volume. Nvidia's not too far behind, but they're great possible. And you could pick whatever is your favorite. If you like Nvidia better, go with Nvidia. No problems at all. Either one is good. So we're going to get rid of Nvidia here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And the only thing I'll be looking to do, and I'm just going to move this up because I think BABA has potential today. I'm going to move it up and make it 7. And I'll decide between INTC and BABA. I might replace INTC with BABA because, again, just how choppy the nature of that stock can be. And then our risky pile, we have Getty, which is up 170% this morning. Now, every day you get to see those numbers. And we have TBLT here, Tablespoon, just doing whatever it's doing, up 20%. Just the madness on this thing. All right, let's get to levels, guys. Starting over here with Amazon, a huge breakout for them today, up 10%. High of the pre-market, 138.25. The low is just being created right now over at 134.30. So a slamming level there as well. Now towards the bottom, we got a couple of things here. We have 129. 129, and then that we have a nice gap. We're right above, slightly below this gap here. So we'll see what happens there. I'm going to mark down 130.49, which is kind of like the beginning of this gap down here on that day. So we'll mark that down just in case. And then slightly above that 138.20 in case we decide to go up. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of profit taking. I'm sure there's people that are in the green now or kind of touching that area where they got in before that could be taking some profit. So I expect some profit taken today. Something like Amazon that's up 10%. Even Apple as well. I'm sure people that have been hanging out on the water for a little bit, waiting for these things to get back to reality. All right, so here we go, 125.46. You got plenty of levels on Amazon. I think it's going to be a great move today, and the volume is really nice. All right, so here's Apple. Apple is up 2.6, also crushed earnings last night. Let's get rid of some of these levels we have here. We'll do some fresh ones. And towards the bottom, we do have 160.27. Towards the top, we do have, oh, hold on a second. We have all the way up here, 162.03. And then all the way up here, we do have this level, 164. That is yesterday's after hours high. So I'm going to mark that there as well. That could mean something today. And actually, if you go to the left, you could clearly see that's a great daily level right on there. You can see that clearly, that 164. And then slightly above that, another clean level of support and resistance at 166.41. So that looks good there. Here is Roku, guys. Roku, low of the pre-market, 62.60. Again, just getting crushed today, 66.87 towards the top. So that looks good right there. And then it dropped all these levels, 72.98. It dropped off from 78.71. I mean, it just ran through these levels like nothing last night. As you can see here, just an insane drop. Now, this thing is down 23%. I don't know how much more down movement you have on this. And man, look at Roku's daily here. Wow, what a mess. Man, when's the last time we were here? We're here back in 2018. No, 2019 looks like. 2019, we're kind of hanging out in this area. So let's go ahead and get some levels here from 2019, April, March. What do we have here? We have 60.70, and we have over here 56.45. Wow. That is insane. But that is Roku for you guys. Big drop today, this morning. They're very extended already. Once you start getting above that 25%, you got to be a little bit careful. I think the pre-market, the market open could be a little bit choppy, very similar to what we saw on Plug yesterday, right? You got too extended, and now it's like you start getting the choppy in the choppiness at the market open. Then eventually things settle down after an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 30 minutes, and you can get a good opportunity. So just be mindful of that. If you're getting stopped out a couple of times, just reset, step back, look at the big picture, and you might just need to wait a little bit, right? You might be right, you just might have the wrong timing. Might need to just wait just a little bit. 36.45, high of the pre-market, low of the pre-market 35. Between there, we do have a level here over at 35.54, and then above that we do have 37.65, and then slightly above this we do have 38.54. So that's what we have on INTC. I want to level towards the bottom here. We haven't been down here in a while. I'm going to go ahead and look at our weekly Let's see. Wow, we're going back to 2017. Oh boy, oh boy. These guys are messing up big time here. 34.46. And then towards the bottom, we do have 33.34. All right, excellent. That is an INTC for us there. Just look at the weekly too here. Just, oh man, that is not fun. Things are bad, but these guys are screwing something up. They're just messing up here. Here is Mara. Mara, I'm on the fence on Mara. It's starting. It can't do very well. Maybe I'll move this one down. We'll see. 1273 is the low of the pre-market for them. Looking at the daily here, we are stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. I don't think you really need to add anything more. The high of the pre-market is already your high from 2 days ago. This guy here. So you're set there. I don't think you need to put anything else. I have it here because, man, they have been trading so well. Not the last couple of days, but they had a stretch here where they did very good. Today they're showing some volume, 685, which is real nice. If you guys remember, before this stretch here, Mara's pre-market activity was very low. They were barely getting 200,000 shares traded, but they were getting 100,000 and coming up on our gappers list, but they were just not doing anything fun. And then here they went on this stretch where every day was really incredible. We'll see. Let's see if today is going to be one of those days. AMD a little bit messy right now. What I like about it is the daily for a possible breakout, and it does have volume, 951,000. As far as levels, I don't think you need to add anything else besides this guy over here is going to be 94, 60, 63. That is the gap filled. Hopefully we can get going if we can push up above this 92 and change there. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And here's Baba again. Good movement today. 900,000 shares traded. That's quite some volume. And we lost a key area of support for them here, which is this $100 mark, right? So they were slamming their heads against that for a bit and was able to bounce back. Look at the action there. It's just holding. Yesterday they dipped below that, and today we're gapping well below that on Baba. So as far as levels, we do have pre-market low at 94.43, and then below that we do have an area here 91.92. So we are all set. We can mark down 97.62. Also a couple of days slamming their heads against that. I think that'll be good to have on deck. All right, perfect, guys. I think we are all set. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup as we get ready to trade this Friday. Let's bring this over. I gotta stop the video here so you guys don't get the mirror effect. And then as I'm doing this, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very much. Sitting at 145, which is probably our all-time low. We would love to get to 250, 300 would be amazing. I know that's a stretch for a Friday, but if we get above 200, we'll be happy. All right, let's take a look at our moderators list here. We are looking at Thor, as I mentioned before. Again, the 4 heavy hitters for today: Apple, INTC, Roku, and Amazon. Looking really good, all with catalyst today. Jared is just copying the same thing as Thor. Again, those are the top that are in play today. Mike, Amazon, Apple, and SQ. And then we'll wait for the rest of our moderators to throw some lists out here as we get going for this Friday. All right, guys, good. We are setting up nicely this morning. Secondary list, Nvidia, you can put that one on there as well. You know what? Nvidia is looking a little better than AMD right now because it's dropping. Right, and AMD is not dropping. For some reason, Nvidia is dropping and moving well. Are the Qs dropping? Well, what's happening? Oh, look at the Qs. Look at the SPY. Okay, so Nvidia is reacting a little bit more aggressive on this drop here than AMD is, which is a good thing if they decide to, if the SPY and the Q decide to rip your face off like they can do. AMD's not trying to sell off. They're holding here. They're trying to say, no, we want to go north. Nvidia doesn't care. Nvidia's just gonna follow suit here as we're seeing right now. How is that affecting Apple? Apple's also pretty much trying to stay put here. But yeah, we'll see. When you see stuff sell off like that and they're holding, it could be real nice. Here's Brian with his list: Meta, Amazon, A-Firm, and also Amazon twice. He likes that one. He's going to be looking at it at 2 different time frames, and he's going to take 2 trades on that. So he's going to be crushing it today. Guys, trade safe. It is Friday. Just remember, just be disciplined today. We had a great conversation yesterday with Jared and Dylan. Definitely be on that YouTube video if you haven't watched it. And some of the stuff he says on there is just really incredible and really positive for us day traders, right? And just make sure you're being disciplined is one of the biggest things. There's so many different ways to trade. You know, I trade different, Thor trades different, Andrew trades different, Brian trades different, and he even trades different. He says he doesn't even look at technicals. He says for him technicals are bullshit, right? So it just tells you how many different ways you can trade. But the biggest thing is that no matter who you talk to, that risk management and that discipline, if you don't have that, man, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So just make sure you work on that discipline. Whatever your trading style is that works for you, make sure you work on that discipline. Stick to your rules. Very, very important. It is Friday. We don't want to be messing up today. Today's one of the days where you really do not want to mess up your trading. So be very, very different. Very, very disciplined when it comes to that. All right, I'll wait for Brian to get on the horn here, and then I'll hop off. And if you haven't done so already, 200 likes. We hit our goal for Friday. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you guys over on YouTube for getting that done for us there. Yeah, discipline risk management is the key to success. I just couldn't agree with you more. All right, and Brian is adding Baba to the list, which I have as well because I think it's got potential today. Baba really does. Yeah, so discipline, following your rules. I mean, we cannot stress that enough. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, Peter coming in with his list. Oh no, IPOs for today. MGAM maybe today. And then no SPACs for the moment. Dan, have a great weekend as well. Amazon twice. Yes, he as I mentioned, he likes Amazon twice. He's gonna trade that 2 times this morning. It's looking very good. Here's Peter's list: AMD, Amazon, Meta, Apple. Secondary list: Apple, INTC, and Roku. So that is Peter's list there. All right, guys. We are good. Again, remember discipline. Discipline is kind of like diets. You know, diets. Well, I'll wait for Brian. It's like diets, right? So be like, oh, this diet works, this diet doesn't. You know, this one works, Atkins work, and this one. Listen, they all work. Even the one with the powder. What is the one with the powder? That they got the pyramid scheme. Let me not say that. I don't know if that was pyramid scheme, but they got that thing going on. What is the powder one? You see a lot of posts on Instagram. They all work. Yeah, there you go, Brian. You got it. They all work. They all work. What you have to do is if you're disciplined, consistent, they all work. You just got to find what can you be disciplined, consistent at. That is the most important thing. Trading is the exact same way. If you can find a way to be disciplined and consistent, all the strategies, if for you, might work. You know, with the one depending on what the one you like, they'll work. But you just got to find that consistency and that discipline. Once you do that, you're set, my friend. You are set. All right, excellent. 9:18. We're getting ready to rock and roll. It's going to be a great Friday. Brian, jump in, cut me off because I'll keep talking all the way into the market open. So cut me off when you're ready. No pressure, my friend. As far as tickers this morning, Amazon looking good. Apple, Apple's just kind of sitting there. Roku dropping. INTC. There's Brian. He's online already. Guys, over on YouTube, take care. We're going to be in chat. Have a great Friday. We'll see you guys next time. Herbalife, that's the one. Gustavo, you got it. Herbalife.